Sugar Hill Media coming back at you with another video. Hey guys, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe. I'm gonna be talking today about Kevin Samuels, someone that I respected, someone that I looked up to, someone who I believe was providing a service to the community by talking about some issues that mainstream media does not want to cover. I'm a black man. I'm living in America. I believe that there are not enough media outlets that talk about men's issues, what's going on in the black male community. Kevin was one of those people. I considered him a pioneer of this manosphere movement. We don't have enough of a discussion about what's going on and how we can actually come together as families in order to address some of the things like the low, very low black marriage rate. Black women are married at the rate of 30% in America. The average rate in America is around 48%. That's a problem because Kevin saw that the marriage rate directly contributed to the success rate of families, individuals as a whole. And he wanted to address why there was this conflict going on between men and women. It's not just in the black community, just overall. Some of the expectation levels of women who were going into relationships and they were looking for a sensitive man, a man who had money, a man who was making $100,000 a year, and just pointing out some of the sheer ridiculousness of it. As far as you want a man, and this going term, I want a man making over $100,000, and then challenging women and say, well, what are you bringing to the table? Do you even understand what a man wants in a relationship before you start talking about what the man should be providing for you? And this was what he was addressing. Also, women being told constantly, you're right, as opposed to, do you think about what the words that are coming out of your mouth? And do you hear the sheer ridiculous? You're looking for a superhero in a man. And these were some of the things that Kevin was trying to address. And he was being attacked for it. And I got to be honest with you. I've cut off some friendships with some people because in his passing, I received some messages from people. And I said, Kevin wasn't preaching hate. He wasn't telling us to hate one another. He was telling us to recalculate your expectations. He talked to men too. He told men, look, you can't expect this high quality woman when you're not bringing to the table what she's looking for. She's looking for security. She's looking for a certain dollar amount. And look, we always say this. Is it about love or is it about money? If you talk to any man out there who's conscious and really thinking about what he's being exposed to out here, if you want a certain caliber of woman, you got to be able to provide a certain dollar amount for that woman to really feel secure with you. And that's what he was addressing. He told men straight up, what are you bringing to the table? What can you provide? All right. Now that you can provide that, now you can go out here and look. But still, there's some things that you need to work on. He talked about counseling, going to counseling, going to therapy. This is not somebody who was preaching hate, but he went against the mainstream. And see, when you go against the mainstream in America, you got to be prepared for the pushback and the blowback. And you got to be prepared for the anger and the animosity that's going to come along with it, because people, I say this all the time, some people don't want to hear the truth. And when they're so used to hearing what they want to hear and people coddling them, they're going to react in anger. And typically, men can understand that. Men can understand when somebody is telling them the outright truth and it goes against what they believe, right? Because they thought they were something else. They thought they were on another level, and somebody chops them down to size. I'm military. I was in the military 5 years. And one of the first lessons that you learn when you go into the military is that you have to reset who you think you are. In here, you got to prove it. In here, you have to show everyone else what your value is and what your worth is before you can start to claim that you should get this level of respect. Show it. And see, and that's what I believe. I believe men recognize that truth. But women in this society, they're so used to being coddled. They're so used to being on the Disney Channel and being told that they're princesses and they're queens, and the table should be set for them. They're the person of value. And honestly, men are tired of this. You're the last one to eat. You're the last one. You're at the end of the table. Your opinion matters the least. And that is the thing that men are being awoken to today. So Kevin was putting some truths out there and resetting the table. You know how Kevin got exposed and got on a national stage was he told a woman, "You're average at best." Because we're so used to hearing these, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're a 10." In a man's eyes, a man looks towards a physical beauty first. That's what he looks at. That's what he wants to see. He wants to see physical beauty. And if he doesn't see that, he has a ranking system. These women are so used to ranking men. Oh, he only makes X amount of dollars. Nah, I need a man who makes so-and-so amount of dollars before I'll even consider talking to him. And they're allowed to say those things and get away with them, and nobody challenges it and says, "Hey, every man is a 10. No, he's not. Every man is not a 10. That's just not how it works, and men understand that. So the language is what we're talking about, the conflict. So there's huge conflict, and there's still conflict between men and women in America. The modern day society, the modern woman. What do these things mean? And what are we trying to, the legacy that we're trying to leave behind? And to me, Kevin's legacy was trying to put the family back together, resetting the expectations to a more reasonable level so that men and women can be in relationships and get along and be successful as families. That was the message. That's the legacy he left behind. And we got to all challenge ourselves. This YouTube thing and the manosphere, and I see more black men trying to come together, build businesses, work together, is where it's at. This is where it's at right now. For a long time, I sat on the sidelines and I was just enjoying the content. And I remember I first got tuned in about a year and a half ago to Kevin Samuels, and I said, man, he's talking about these things. And I got so excited because then I found somebody else. I found, Darius. I found Poor Man Podcast. I found O'Shea Duke Jackson. And I started saying, I want to be a part of this because I feel like there's some liberation in this movement. And there's some things of value to get out of it. So guys out there, get a channel, get a platform, talk about some of these issues, and let's reset the expectation level and start to heal and bring together the families, because that's ultimately how we're going to be successful. Kevin always talked about the optics. What are the optics? Control the optics. That's how we win. We win on the optics. Let's do it. Let's come together, man. Sugar Hill Media. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.